Okay guys, now this is unrelated to the menstrual health thing that I always usually talk about, but I have, since I got my steroid injections, which started last year, like in September, October timeframe, if I'm remembering correctly. So it was a solid year ago that I got steroid injections. And slowly this started to appear. My face started to flush and I started to get on my chin and right across here, I started to get acne again. And I talked about that a couple of times in my videos, but I recently was given a facial by my husband as a gift. And so I went, and the lady who was doing my facial, she was the first person to call it rosacea. So I've been dealing with rosacea, and so she and I talked about it a little bit, and she's like, yeah, because it's not really pimples, it's just the little raised red bumps and really dry, flaky skin right across here. Now, I do need to have it diagnosed because it's either rosacea or seborrheic dermatitis, which remember I've already had diagnosed from up in my hairline and occasionally in my ears, and I used to get it on my lady bits. That's what started this whole channel, if you recall. So I know that I already have a predisposition to seborrheic dermatitis, and it could be that that's what this is as well. But the facial lady called it rosacea, and so I've been reading about rosacea and looking at photographs of rosacea, and it's probably what this is. So anyway, until I get to speak with a doctor about it, I was asking some people on my personal Facebook group what they would recommend. And my sister-in-law, who is awesome, I mean, my brother hit it out of the park picking my sister-in-law, I'll just say that. But she recommended coconut oil, which is something that a lot of ladies on the channel and in the Facebook groups, coconut oil seems to be like the go-to new miracle cure, and usually those things are fads, so I don't usually give them any credence unless, doctors start prescribing it or something. I'm going to go off on a tangent. Let's do this. One of the things you have to know about me is I say it all the time, I'm a very pragmatic person. And there's a comedian, and I think he's Australian. Minchin is his name. And one of my favorite jokes of his is, alternative medicine. Why they call it alternative medicine is because, what they call alternative medicine that has been proven to work? Medicine. And I love that because that's kind of how I look at it. Now, that said, I've had enough experience with, Western medicine to understand that they don't know everything there is to know, and that there are really valid remedies that you can do at home. There are products available that are not classified as pharmaceuticals that you can use that are helpful. Chamomile tea can calm you down. There's valerian root tea can help you go to sleep. Aspirin comes from the bark of a willow tree. So, you can, I'm not blind to either side, but I tend to be, when the new thing comes out, I tend to view the new miracle products, flaxseed was it for a while, and flaxseed was what you had to eat to fix everything. If you weren't eating, loads of flax seeds in everything, then you weren't healthy. And it could cure everything, from dandruff to cancer. And then, the new one is coconut oil. And it's basically, it doesn't matter whether it's a burn or whether it's rosacea or whether it's, whatever kind of skin problem you have. Oh, put coconut oil on it. Put coconut oil on it. Oh, if it's a stain that won't come out, put coconut oil on it. I mean, seriously, they need to make a parody song where it's just, did you break your leg? Put coconut oil on it. So coconut oil has been this new thing in social media and every other kind of media for a long time. And so for me, that immediately made my eyebrow go up, So to me, it was immediately suspect for anything other than cooking. At any rate, so I was skeptical, but not closed-minded to coconut oil. And there are a couple of things that are it's universally praised for. And one of them is skin irritations. Diaper rash, it's been proven really good for that. Just, there's enough anecdotal experience out there now that it's kind of a universal. Coconut oil is really good for inflammations of the skin. And so when my sister-in-law said, try coconut oil on it, I went to the cupboard and I got my coconut oil. Now, I got I'm in America, Sunflash, you can't see it. It's the Crisco brand of certified organic coconut oil, and it's not hydrogenated or anything like that. It's actually pure coconut oil. So I got it out and I rubbed it all over. I can still feel it. I haven't taken it off yet. So I put it all over the red bumps and the dry skin. And I'm going to do this every day for a week. And so, we have the documentation of what it looks like on day 1. And so on a video next week, we'll discuss it again. In the meantime, if there are things, because I'm considering a coconut oil video. Ignore that, I'm getting texts. But I'm considering a coconut oil video so that I can kind of talk about whether this stuff is completely ridiculous or these things have merit. So if there are simple household things that are health related or whatever, or household related, that you suggest I try to use coconut oil for over the next week or two, put them in the comments below. And I will get to the ones that interest me or that sound fascinating or that, especially the ones where I'm going to be like, it doesn't work for that. And so we're gonna give it an Amy Nix anecdotal experience college try. Okay? This is not gonna be scientifically done. This is just to sate mine and your curiosity. Okay? So leave comments below and we'll check in with the rosacea again later. Also, know that if you are middle-aged as I am and you go into surgery or you get courses of steroids, it can trigger rosacea. Isn't that fabulous? Apparently, I'm like in the highest risk group because I am a middle-aged Caucasian woman with really fair skin. And my skin's super sensitive too. So that's just like, boom, I was bound to get this condition. I'm hoping to get rid of it without having to go to the doctor, but I may have to go to the doctor and get it diagnosed if we can't take care of this thing or if it starts to get any worse. Because it seems to be spreading. At first it was just here and now it's gravitated down to my chin. And I don't wear makeup as a typical habit. I think I probably put makeup on 2-3 times a year. So I moisturize, I wash and then I moisturize and then I walk away. And so this is something up with which I cannot put because I don't wear powders and foundational things to cover it up. And I don't know though, it might be a blessing in disguise. It does kind of make me look younger, doesn't it? Because only young people have to deal with this, right? Anyway, all right, I will talk to you again soon. This was just a spur of the moment. I need to talk to my people about this. All right, bye.